YaYa and Zouk see the world in a special way. YaYa and Zouk, where everything is fun and play. YaYa and Zouk, ooh. YaYa and Zouk, ooh. YaYa and Zouk, ooh. It's happiness for me and you.
Mommy, can you tell us a nice bedtime story?
You bet. I'll be right there.
Okay. Zouk, would you like me to tell you a nice bedtime story?
Okay. What kind of story?
A story about Aziz.
Oh, yes. I love Aziz.
There once was a bear, Aziz. He lived alone on a deserted island. Every night, Aziz sat down beside his blanket to eat. But he never ate anything because he wasn't hungry.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He would look up at the moon and sigh. The truth is, Aziz was very sad.
Oh, how come?
Because he didn't have any friends. No one to play with, no one to talk to, no one to tell him bedtime stories. So he cried all the time. All the time, all the time, all the time.
Whoa, your bedtime story is very sad.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you a nice bedtime story.
Okay.
There once was a bear, Aziz. He lived all alone on a deserted island, and he loved it. Every night, Aziz sat down beside his blanket to eat, and he ate as much as he wanted. Once he was nice and full, he'd sit and play little songs for the moon. The truth is, Aziz loved his life on the deserted island.
He was alone with no friends and loved it? That's impossible.
Oh, but he did have friends. In fact, he had a whole lot.
Ah. Where were they?
In the trunk.
Huh?
Open the trunk, Aziz.
Hey, there's just a pile of books in the trunk. You can't call a book a friend. He can't be happy without any friends. Your bedtime story isn't a good story.
But when you have a book, you don't get lonely. A book is a great friend. It makes us laugh, it tells us stories, and teaches us songs.
You're joking, aren't you? No one likes being alone on a deserted island.
Yes, I like it. I like being quiet and alone with my books.
I don't believe you. Friends are so awesome. I still don't think your bedtime story is a good story.
Well, I like my story better than your story.
Hello. Would you like me to tell you a bedtime story?
Oh, yes!
All right, then. There once was a bear, Aziz. He lived all alone on a deserted island. He ate alone, and he played alone, and having no friends made him very sad.
You see, he was sad.
All of a sudden, he heard knock, knock, knock. He looked around, but there was nobody there. Then he heard it again, knock, knock, knock. It seemed to come from the trunk. Aziz went to it and opened the lid, and surprise! Out popped another Aziz. A mirror image of himself. Aziz of the deserted island couldn't help but give his new friend a great big bear hug.
Aww.
But that's not all. His new friend motioned Aziz to wait. He put his hands into the trunk and pulled out a book. Aziz had never been so happy in his life. He jumped for joy, and the two friends sat down to read together. Every night until the end of times. The end.
What a great bedtime story! I'm coming, children. Would you like me to tell you a bedtime story now?
No, thank you, Mommy. We don't need you to.
Oh, all right. Good night. I love your stories, YaYa.
Thanks, me too.
Good night.